Abdiel Ruiz, and he is the president of Ruiz Financial Solutions. And we thought it would be great to come here and share our testimony during this COVID-19 pandemic and gearing up for Resurrection Sunday, which most of us know as Easter. We thought it would be a good idea to share a little bit of how we got started with the business.
You know, it's interesting. Last week, I was speaking to a team member, in specific Elizabeth, and she mentioned, "Hey, did you know that it was through a crisis that your business was birthed?" And look back, and I had to stay there for a moment, and it brought back a lot of memories. It's interesting. It's just like, I remember sitting back in 2008 saying, "Lord, when both Rosie and I lost our jobs, we thank God at that time we didn't have kids, but we've lost everything, and we didn't know where, we didn't know what was going to happen." And then it's interesting that back of us we have this little word that says faith, and really, God took us to this journey of faith, and it's interesting, like it's where we are today is a reflection of how we reacted back then. In a situation where, in a situation when you lose your job, there's no finances coming, man, it could bring chaos to your marriage. It could bring chaos to life. But I remember back then in 2008, we made a decision to trust in God. And we didn't have it all figured out. We didn't. But it's interesting moving forward though, as we look today, Ruiz Financial Solutions, Ruiz Insurance Services, and the Ruiz Group, we just finished building a 6,200 square foot building here in Cedar Hill. I mean, I would have never thought that would have happened, but I truly believe that the decisions we make today are going to be impacted on what's going to happen moving forward. But we propose in our hearts in how we choose to take this decision, how we choose to treat people, how we choose to treat employees in our case, how we choose to conduct business will really determine what's going to happen. And this is a testimony of what God has done. If He did it with us, back in 2008, and look at where we are today, He's faithful. He'll do it. Do we know how that's going to look like? We don't. But I know He's faithful.
I know. I want to go back to the word faith. Back in 2008, that's all we had. We had faith. When we lost our jobs together, we just had to put our faith in action, and that's what we did. But not only that, not just faith, there's action that has to come behind your faith. And so I feel like this is a season where God is not calling you just to be still. Sure, some of us have to stay home. Some of us, have to take the time to spend with family, and that's okay, right? But there's others that may be home alone, or God is just really calling you to focus on something specifically for the season. And it could be, something He's downloading, It could be a dream you had that He's just trying to bring to remembrance for you to work on. I mean, it could just be, you stepping out in faith and getting over your fear. He takes, those things that He's birthed inside of you. He wants to bring it to fruition, and this may be the perfect time for you. That's what happened with us. We actually was a little bit scared to step out, and start our business. But when we both lost our job, that is the push that we needed. We needed the push. And so with that push, Abdiel was able to say, "Hey, I have nothing else. I'm going to now trust God, and I'm going to do what He's placed in my heart." And I feel like that's what some of us needs to be doing right now. Some of the ways we're taking advantage of this season is implementing things that we would have never implemented before. For instance, we, let's say back in January, we visited a client in Florida. we were making plans to visit the client again, in the next month or so, to be able to train them on how to use QuickBooks and everything. But because of this pandemic and, we couldn't fly or anything, we had to figure out a new way. And so we started to use Zoom, and we started to use just virtual and technology and stuff. And we were able to train this team through Zoom. And that worked out for us, and we figured, hey, how much money we could be saving ourselves now? We don't really have to travel. So these are some of the things that we're taking advantage of. So, you may feel like we're at a place where, it's negative, or, this is gonna hold us back, or, we're short a little bit financially. But no, you got to see it in a positive way. So we were able to grow from 2008 and see how that time of crisis really just pushed us out into growth, and we feel the same way right now. We've been able to grow in our business during this season. It's crazy, but we have, and we see the growth, and we're still busy, but we're also implementing, we're taking action. So this is not a time to stay still. This is actually a time to move.
As we close, I think, cherish the little moments. It's interesting how usually in tax season, this is the season I really don't get to spend much time at home. But the couple of last weeks, I found myself in the front lawn, laid out with my kids, just enjoying them. So it's still little moments. Yeah, God is going to download, but also be mindful of the people around you. What's the need around? Who do you need to connect? I think this is very important because this COVID-19 has brought life. I know of a couple of friends who've lost individuals, and our hearts go out to you guys for anybody who's lost a family member or friend.
And I want to say also that just like you were saying, just really take care of those around you, not just your family, your neighbors, your staff, because this is a moment where they are really looking to see who you really are. Is the culture that you create. So, hug your family a little bit tighter. Just take care of your staff, take care of your neighbors, because they're looking up to you. And so we all can make a difference during this season.
So, thank you guys. Be blessed.